What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Johnny Go Vroom. If you're new to the channel, we are riding an electric unicycle. This thing has helped me with depression, got me from drinking alcohol. It's been like 3.5 years. I still have my ups and downs as far as my mood goes, but every time I hop on one of these things, I can't help but feel joy from my nose to my toes, guys. It is the happiest thing. So much fun, guys, so much fun. So the logical thing for me, make a channel. Try to get more and more people to be able to do this, because if it helped me, it could probably help somebody else. So if you want to help me on my mission, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and stick around. Come back for the content. I promise I'm always working hard to make this better and more fun for each and every one of you. Thanks so much, guys. Right now, we are riding on the Leaperchem Oryx. This thing is one of the fastest, most stable electric unicycles that Leaperchem has ever produced. It's not just big, guys. It is actually just a full-fledged powerhouse. It has a 176.4 volt system. It's got this massive battery. It's only second to the Master Pro. It's got a 4,700 watt hour battery and this ridiculous motor. It's got a 4,200 watt motor. The Oryx is built for long range. It's built for high speed. It's got crazy stability. It's super duper well balanced. And actually, in the real world, not just like hypothetically, this thing can actually go above 65 miles an hour, guys. Don't play too crazy though. In Russia, one of the dudes that was riding it, I think he cut it out at like 69 miles an hour. So be careful, guys, because with great power comes great responsibility. The thing has a free spin of 93 miles an hour. Literally one of the most aggressive EUCs on the market. Now, the Oryx isn't only about raw power, it's also about refinement, okay? So Leaperchem completely re-engineered the suspension from the ground up. The new Fast Ace coiled bidirectional hydraulic suspension gives you 90 millimeters of travel, and it comes in 3 different flavors. You've got the 62, the 66, and 70-pound suspensions, tailored to the rider weight with a lot of overlap in there. That means more comfort, less fatigue on long rides, reduced frame flex, and an ultra premium ride experience. Simply put, the suspension tech, we've just never seen it on an EUC before. So we got to talk a little bit about the build. The Oryx, it rolls on this massive 22-inch tire. It's a 90/90/16 rim size. It's tubeless by default. You can get a street or knobby option however you want to do it. It weighs right around 126 pounds, and it comes equipped with adjustable pedal height, IPX6 waterproof ratings, and some advanced safety systems, including Hall sensorless technology. It's like this emergency mode. Like if the Hall sensor fails, it's not gonna like cut out and like flip you over. It's got real-time temperature monitoring and a crazy next-gen smart BMS for the battery management. Lighting is also premium. It's got a 25 watt automotive grade headlight and DRLs. For security, the Oryx includes a passcode lock if you want to do that. That has like an alarm attached to it or whatever. You also get convenient features like the folding kickstand, which for me, I mean, it's like I don't want to lay it down on its frame at all, so the kickstand is never actually going up. If you're lucky enough to get one of the first batch ones, it's going to come with the Badoo power pads and some laser cut Velcro. Basically, the total package, if you're looking for a massive wheel designed for riders who want speed, range, and stability without compromises, the Leaperchem Oryx is going to be like the king for you, especially if you're taller. Like if you're over 5'10", you are going to love the comfort of this thing. If you're 5'10" or a little bit shorter, it's going to feel like a motorcycle for you. So if you've been looking for that EUC motorcycle feel, then this may actually just fit the bill. Alrighty, guys, we have got so much to get into. There's going to be timestamps down below, but if you want to sit around and hang out for the whole thing, I promise you it's definitely going to be worth it. This wheel has been circulating for a little while already. I am not the first person who's had it. Marty has one, Ronan had it, Sean had one, Dale down in Australia, now he's got his EUC wheeler. So there's just a lot of information we're going to get into. There's some stuff that we already know. I'm not the first person to have a peek at some of these things. There's some issues that have come up with the wheels, and yeah, there's some stats that are already established, some comparisons that we already have. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel on all of this stuff. I am going to try to break it down as quick as I can, and hopefully I don't bore you. Hopefully you love the content. Hopefully you stick around, but here we go. Okay, so straight away, 4,700 watt hour battery pack. The thing goes far. It doesn't go the farthest, right? The Master Pro, I guess, goes a little bit further per Uncle Marty's most recent tests after the firmware update. We see that the Oryx does have a little less range than the Master Pro, but the Oryx is going to go all sorts of places in ways that the Master Pro can't get there. So I don't even consider that like an issue per se. The thing has a powerful motor, but it doesn't have the most powerfulest motor. It is a balanced system. And I think that that's something that we really need to think about when we're talking about Librachem, is that they do not brute force their way into numbers that awe and shock people. What they do is they put together a platform that just makes sense and seems well balanced, well put together. And ultimately, that's what we have here in the Oryx. And it surprised me in a lot of ways that I didn't think it was going to be able to surprise me as such. I think the thing that shocked me the most about the Oryx, even before I figured out the suspension, because I was kind of mad about this wheel for like the first 3 days that I had it. But the thing that surprised me the most was the fact that it continues this legacy of balance inside of the Librachem ecosystem. And what I mean when I say balance is that, you know, forward to backwards, like if you were thinking about a sword like balanced at the hilt, like samurai sword or something, these wheels tend to be more balanced than any other wheel that I hop on. They just have a very keen sense of the center of gravity. And that to me conveys a ride feel that is something I think everybody needs to experience. I mean, no matter who you tend to favor inside of the wheel space, whether you favor InMotion, whether you favor Begode, Kingsong, you know, if you favor Librachem, then you already know. But if you have not ridden a Librachem wheel, it is really, you're doing yourself an injustice by not at least giving it a go. The balance is absolutely insane. That is to say that the low speed compliance on this here Oryx is ridiculous. In navigating tight spaces, working pendulums, coming to a stop, or idling around pedestrians at slow speeds maneuvering, you find that this thing is so ridiculously well mannered. Like, it doesn't want to flop itself over. It doesn't want to just lean over onto its side. It's absolutely astounding with how like nice it handles. I mean, here you get kind of a sense of the flow that the wheel can apply. I mean, it doesn't feel like a big old cannonball of a thing that is being hulked around. It is absolutely like just floored, pinned. I mean, it is glued to the ground. And at the same time that you get this like, that it's glued to the ground, that you feel like planted, you still feel like you have the capacity to just tell it whatever you want it to do. And it handles like something that might be like a 16-inch wheel in certain instances. Now, there is kind of a weird pedal behavior that can happen sometimes. I think as a result of the firmware that does facilitate a lot of that low speed, that car came out of that driveway and we both kind of surprised each other because there's nobody ever there. And so we both were like, it was a little bit of a shock. But you see here, I've just nursing that side to side, especially when there's nobody else around, and really enjoying all of the agility that this wheel just kind of puts on the table for you. It's not like something you have to try and like fight for. I know Joey was riding it, you know, JoJo's Adventures. Joey was riding it and he had a little bit of a hard time, but he weighs like 140, I think. And so, I mean, this wheel, he weighs almost what this wheel weighs. So I think that you do need to have a little bit of weight on the wheel. Otherwise, it may be a little bit cumbersome for you, but it's not to say that you still couldn't ride it. Me at 185, I find the wheel to be incredibly well-mannered. I can get it to do whatever it is that I want it to do. Like I said, there is kind of a thing that happens though when you get to going really fast. Like we took it onto the track a little bit, and when you get to going really fast, it can sometimes, you know, you see me kind of finessing it right there. It's just a lot of fun. It has incredible agility. But when you're going really, really fast, I feel like you have to initiate the turn from the back of the inside pedal. So if you're turning right, you need to initiate the turn from the heel of the inside pedal in order to get the firmware to assist you to get that turn just right. I think if you do that, you don't have any problems. But there is a lot of ways that you can adjust the pedals in order to make it ride just the way that you want it to. And you see right here, again, just like that low speed compliance, like it's so easy to pendulum this wheel. It's such a breeze. Bro, the Russians are absolutely insane. Not some random Russian dude pushing up into the 60s on his electric unicycle, tearing it up. The aforementioned electric unicycle, yes, that is the Librachem Oryx that I am riding. I, however, am not going to be going this fast. So I figured I would show you what it's like when somebody goes this fast on their electric unicycle. However, you see there is a power management system thing there, and there's a cliff, and we're about to jump off. Now, while the speed of the electrical unicycle is amazing and the power of the Oryx is amazing, I think the most amazing thing about this video is the fact that my dude held onto his cell phone for the entire time. Seriously, gotta give that guy a round of applause, because no way in the world, if I was going 69 miles an hour and I fell off of an electric unicycle, would I be holding onto my cell phone still. At least I don't give myself that much credit. Now, right here, you can't tell, but this dude behind me is gaining on me so quick. It was startling. And it's like, once they catch wind that there's something else in the road, when I say they, I mean cars. Cars just, for some reason, whenever they got a sniff of somebody in front of them, they just want to accelerate. If they can feel like they can overtake something, they just want to do it. And this is not all cars at all, but so many of them do it. It is so strange. It's like it puts a homing beacon on your back. And maybe it's because they think the electric unicycles are just that cool. It's probably what it is, that they think the electric unicycles are just that cool. But it is a little bit stressful. However, when I'm on this wheel, I do not feel the pressure, because I can just accelerate fast as the day is long, no problem. And they can't catch me, at least on that road, unless they are willing to break the speed limit by a gajunch. Because if they go gajunch, then I can't beat them, because obviously we do have a shelf. You saw it. If I try to go 69 miles an hour, I'm gonna end up cutting this wheel out. And that brings me to the next issue here. There was a little bit of a faux pas with the launch of the Oryx. While I love the Librachem Oryx, there is an issue. There has been a recall due to some capacitor burnout instances, which has made it such that rough riding and high-speed riding can be potentially dangerous on your Oryx. Additionally, if you see an ER cap error, riders are told to stop riding the wheel immediately. That is a serious worry, guys. Do not F around and find out. So if you have one of these units, one of these pre-production units, which is the one that I have, also indicated by the red light up front, which I have turned off, but you can see right here next to the headlight, there's these little red side light things, and that is not how the production unit comes. So in the pre-production unit, there was some issues, but that's why there are pre-production units, guys. So that way people like Psychotherapeuto in Spain, and Sean and Ronan and myself, Marty, we can all take our rounds on these wheels, and we are the guinea pigs. We are the test subjects. That way you guys do not have to worry about the issues when the wheel finally makes landfall to you. Now, this does not make the issue any less stressful for the distributor, however. So Next Gen Mobility is the person you can get this wheel from, and they are actually going to have to rectify this, and they do have a solution. They do have a way that they are going to get this done. They got a team of engineers headed up by former Alien Ride staff. So we've got an EUC mechanic in the house, and they got a little team headed up. You see right here, we are making room. We are making room. She didn't know it, but we were making room. So we got a team headed up by Alien Ride's former mechanic, and you can either A, have your wheel delivered quicker without the fix, and there's going to be a motherboard option where you can just kind of DIY it yourself. So they'll send you the wheel and they'll send you a motherboard, and if you're feeling like you can do it and you know how to tango, then you can do the dang thing, and they'll let you do it all on your lonesome. However, always checking blind turns. However, if you want it to be done by the time it reaches you, then they are going to do it all for you. It's no big deal. They're going to make sure that it's completely repaired. And so that's pretty cool on them, man. The way that they're handling it is absolutely epic. That's going to be a nightmare of work. I don't know if you guys realize how much work it's going to be. To do one wheel is not a big deal, but to do an entire shipment of wheels to replace the motherboards, that's going to be no small task. Okay, so I do not envy that work, but I am happy that Next Gen Mobility is taking care of that, because Lord knows we need to make sure that the customer, the consumer, is taken care of in the end, and that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to get done. So purchase with no fear from Next Gen Mobility. So I just want to slingshot through the big three right quick. The big three being the Oryx, the new boy, the Panther, the new boy, and the Master Pro. These are all like 22-inch kind of class wheels. Master Pro and the Oryx are sitting right around 4,800. The Master Pro's got 4,800 watt-hour battery. The Oryx has got 47, and the Panther's got 44. So that's how that goes. The Oryx can discharge just a little bit deeper than the Master Pro, so it can have more range, but the latest firmware updates kind of messed that up a little bit. And we're looking at 176.4 volt system on the Oryx versus 168 volt system on the Panther versus 134 volt system on the Master Pro. That's a 4,200 watt motor on the Oryx, a 5,000 watt motor on the Panther, and the same 5,000 watt motor on the Master Pro version 3, but that's on a 134 volt system. So that same motor feels much more sluggish. It's going to feel real sluggish on the Master Pro, but once it gets going, it feels absolutely amazing. The Oryx and the Master Pro tie for weight, kind of, right around 127 pounds. And the Panther is the lightest of the three. So that's, for what that's worth. They're all heavy as hell, though. You're not going to want to carry these things upstairs or put them into your apartment. Always watch out and make room for people, because when they're making these turns, they're not thinking about you. And if there's oncoming traffic and you jump in the way and they have to make a split decision about life or death, that's going to not be a cool situation. So always try to be mindful of the people around you and kind of the situation that you're in. It is worth talking about the suspension on the Oryx is absolutely ridiculous, guys. I know that, the Panther has kind of a nicer suspension as well, but it's not nearly as nice as the Oryx. And depending on how you configure your Master Pro suspension, you can get something a really nice feel out of it. I've got the S linkage or the X linkage from Begode, the blue one, on mine, along with their DS200 shock, the progressive coil with the air. And oh my God, the ride feel on my Master Pro is not as good as the Oryx when dialed correctly, but it is damn nice. And on the road, I absolutely love it. So, for what it's worth. What I think is super duper cool about the fact that these wheels exist in the same category right now is that nothing exemplifies the idea that things are purpose built more than the simul launch of these two wheels. The Panther and the Oryx are not aimed at the same person. The Panther is aimed at ridiculous power, speed, that the LEDs with the little speakers, and it clearly does not have that superior build quality finish. But the Oryx doesn't have that speed, right? It doesn't have those weird little amenities. It has the range. It has an amazing build quality, and it's it's so comfortable. I haven't ridden a Panther. Oh, and check this out, guys. I really expect some kind of pedal dip here. There was no pedal dip. I went just as slow as you could go, and it was just amazingly well behaved. I was a little bit nervous going down because obviously that's an underpass and there's cars there, but it was ridiculously well behaved going down as well. I didn't feel as if the pedals were getting unstable to any degree. I didn't feel any kind of softness. Obviously to the side to make room for this nice young lady. So I'm going to demonstrate it in some videos later. I've already filmed tons of them, but for me, the Oryx is the birth of the Land Rover kind of class of EUC. This wheel has such amazing torque at the bottom end that getting over roots, we had a miscommunication, getting over roots, getting over bumps, going up, going up incidental little hills and embankments while you're trying to navigate through trails. This wheel is so good for that. It is absolutely mind-boggling how good it is off-road. I've been talking to Rob Fail back and forth over and over, and he's like, we need a big wheel that's got a light battery. And I'm like, no. The weight makes this thing amazing. The weight is what helps you carry through. The inertia feels so good when you are carrying yourself at speed over a fire trail, over like a service trail, and there's a route that would normally throw you off or like buck you. You know, if your pads are situated the right way and you've got your head on straight, you're gonna just keep on rolling forward. Unless you do something ridiculous, you're not gonna turn sideways. Conversely, if you're riding on a 14, 16 or 20-inch platform and that wheel hits a root, you might just skip sideways. You know, the stability goes up with the tire size, but nothing feels as stable as dang near 130 pounds as a cannonball going whichever direction you tell it to go, willing to change its direction at your whim. I am so impressed with the Oryx, guys. And you know, I've been riding the Falcon, or not the Falcon, but I've been riding the Rocket here lately. And the Rocket and the V12S. V12S is on the hush hush, can't tell nobody what's happening situation. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's not broken. It just, it's part of R&D at this point right now. And so the Oryx, after riding those, I really expected to hate my life. I was like, man, this big wheel is going to feel so bulky and so clunky, and it doesn't. It feels great. The build up by the knees, though, I do find myself adjusting my knee pads a lot up by the knees. I think that's kind of weird. I don't know. It's like I just have never had to do that a lot. So I guess something about like the way that the front of it is, the profile up top in the front, does kind of push my knee pads to the side in a way that I haven't fully expected. Like it's just different. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Johnny Go Vroom. I hope that you are having a fabulous day. It is so beautiful out here, and that's probably why I'm in such a good mood. It's either that or it's because I'm out here riding around on Leaperkim's brand new beast machine, the Leaperkim Oryx, right here. I'm going to show you guys. Ready? Whoop, that guy right there. Here we are, ripping around on the Oryx, right? And yeah, dudes, I am so pleased with this wheel. It is just absolutely capable now. Like when I first got it, the suspension was like set to how the people before me had it. And I think that's wild because I can't imagine Sean loving it the way that it was, but that's the way that it was. It was ridiculously stiff. I didn't have any of like this, none of that stuff. And the way that the suspension is dialed makes it to where that like the ground sticking is more of like the Focus. It's like really nice. It feels super duper flush, super duper smooth, super duper plush. And I am so impressed, guys. I'm so impressed. But yeah, I really can't be happier. I'm just gonna show you guys some B-roll footage of this. It's wild, like I said, because when I first got it, I didn't necessarily like it. I felt like the Sherman L was a better wheel at that time because I was riding along with Joey, my buddy Joey Fraud, JoJo's Adventure. Go check him out on YouTube. And I just didn't know what to think, man, because I was not super duper pleased. And I was like, what is going on? This is like Leaperkim's brand new wheel, right? Their brand new wheel. There's got to be a me issue somewhere in here because this is supposed to be amazing and everybody else seemed to be loving it. And then, like I said, yesterday, I just like unlocked it. And now, man, I am so happy with this thing. So happy with this thing. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. If you want to get yourself an Oryx just like this Oryx that I am riding right here, all you have to do is click on the link down below. Next Gen Mobility will have you taken care of in the best form and fashion. You can feel good knowing not only did you purchase an amazing wheel, but you also supported an amazing company, taking care of amazing people, doing this hobby in the best way possible, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out, for staying tuned. It's been your boy Johnny and the excited puppies. And until next time, we'll see you later, guys. Ride safe, ride strong, and it's been a blast.